God is faithful. We have life. We have everything.
Well, the interpretation that a lot of websites are giving is that the police have actually injuncted your demonstration. But what is it really?
It is just for now, it is just an application to prohibit. Under the Public Order Act and flowing from the Supreme Court decision in MPP and MPP versus IGP, the police, you are permitted to only, as it were, notify the police. Now, when you notify them, they can come out and say, well, having been so notified, they want A, B, C, D done. You understand? But in this particular case, the organizers had notified the police. And in the beginning, there was all kinds of good faith, only for the police to now come and say, oh, the route that you are giving, some flimsy excuses. Now they are saying, oh, there are coup d'etats and terrorism within the West African Salvation. So on the basis of that, the demonstration should not happen around that particular area. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So essentially, that's what they are doing. But this morning, we are filing our affidavit in opposition, and Monday we'll take it up in the courts.
So, have you been served?
Yes, we are done with the affidavit in opposition. So, by close of day, we should file.
Okay. Because I usually know in the past what the police used to do is that by the time, they've secured an ex parte injunction against
this time around, they went to the High Court on notice.
Okay.
So in the circumstance, we are also putting our affidavit in opposition together. We'll get it filed today, get them served, so that we can appropriately respond to rates in court on Monday.
So you have the opportunity to respond accordingly.
And we'll demonstrate to the court that this whole application is highly speculative, riddled with conjecture, and in some circumstances, just to play on the emotional keyboard of the judge, nothing more, nothing else. It is pathetic for the police to now say that a peaceful demonstration for people to draw the attention of duty bearers to their irresponsibility and to take remedial measures. In this case, what you do is that you resign when you underperform in this manner. That creates generational hardship, generational problem for people. In fact, you don't even need the prompting of conscience. All you have to do is to say, I have failed. And in those circumstances, just say, I am going home. Nothing more, nothing else. That's the kind of thing you expect people to do. Unfortunately, that has not been the conduct of duty bearers, especially this particular Miss Governor. He has demonstrated that no, he's not willing to do. So we'll take it up. I mean, what in God's name will cause the Ghana police to go to court and aver in their affidavit in support that as far as they are concerned, there is, what do you call it, the likelihood of terrorism. You understand?
That's the argument?
Yeah.
Terrorism?
Where from it?
As a result of the protest?
Where from it? Where from that? If Ghanaians, is it the first time Ghanaians are going on demonstration? This is what they say in paragraph 30. The command wishes to state that in the past, security threat level and terrorist activities around our neighboring countries were not serious as of today. And in fact, there was none or limited security threats or terrorist activities within the sub-region. Further, the command is not oblivious of the security situations. Now listen, terrorist activities and coup d'etat in and around our neighboring countries, including Niger, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Gabon, Mali, Nigeria, for which Ghana is not an exception. Has there been any issue of coup in the last 30 years in Ghana? Has there been any terrorist act in Ghana in the past 30 years? So where from this proposition?
Is that the argument for, because they haven't, from the statement I've read, they are not against the demonstration.
I am telling you that this is what they have put in the affidavit in opposition. I can share it with you.
To argue against the roots or the demonstration?
The roots.
The roots in question.
Can you imagine? How does passing in front of Bank of Ghana? Because you see, unless of course a person who is not sophisticated, a person who is playing mischief, every day, every single day, every single minute, there are cars passing in front of the Bank of Ghana, correct?
Yes.
Every day. So if anybody, excuse my language, God forbid, is planning a terrorist act, it doesn't even need a mass gathering. Huh?
But the suggestion is also that you can take advantage of it, the crowd.
Look, that is not how terrorism operates. Look, the available record will show that the last time there was a terrorist, the one that unfortunately resulted in the death of Nidevu and Nidohu, it was a restaurant, right?
Yes.
Was it a mass gathering of people? The U.S. Embassy bombing, was it a mass gathering? Where from all this? It basically gives to manipulate the minds of judicial office holders, create a situation of imminent danger, play on their emotions. That's what this whole thing is about. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
So you defend the routes you have chosen?
Look, in any case, each MP has a police bodyguard. So 137 NDC MPs, correct?
Yes.
So each one of them comes there with his bodyguard. That already gives you, on the face of it, 137 police officers around the crowd. In any case, the route is a usual market center, correct?
Yes.
So are there not people there gathered every day there? Oh, so now it's terrible.
Remind us of where the routes in question are.
So it's supposed to start from Parliament. Let me see. Kimbu, Rollins Park, and the rest. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're going through the central business district itself with the demonstration.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess this is a matter that will go before court. The demonstration is scheduled for next week, right?
In fact, it was supposed to have been this week.
Okay.
It was for days, attempts by the police to frustrate it. Then the issue about going to court came in.
Okay. So now, do you have a definite date for the demonstration as a result of this?
No, because of the judicial intervention. You understand? But the courts is fixed for Monday. That's for me.
Now, having said that, today you actually have a public forum on the same issue.
At 2 p.m. UPSA, we expect somebody will say All and Sandra to join us, raise the critical issues, the matters that are necessitating this particular demonstration, how Ms. Governor, the two deputies, the board of the BOG has violated violently the laws of this country, which violation has resulted in a complete destruction of the Ghanaian economy.
Well, and then before I let you go, there's another matter which was, because we had a conversation on it. In fact, I wasn't going to ask you that, but you decided to send a signal to the Electoral Commission. Subsequently, I'm reading reports where they are saying that you are threatening legal action if the EC does not pull back in terms of the limited voter registration happening at the EC offices. Is that the plan has been reported, that you sue the EC if the EC decides to go ahead?
Certainly, we are going to explore all the available legal options or legitimate as required under our laws. And one of the options is a court action. You see, Senna, if you look at the public elections regulations, 2016, CI 91, it has been amended by CI 126. Now, if you look at Regulation 2, so now, with your kind permission, I just want to read it. Are you permitting me?
Please go ahead.
So, if you look at Regulation 2, it said the Commission shall designate registration centers for the purposes of registering voters, and may designate any place if it considers appropriate as a registration center. 2. In designating a place as a registration center, the Commission mandatory, take into consideration A, the suitability of the place for use as a polling station in election day, and the accessibility of the place to prospective applicants for registration. So the law is clear. Accessibility. So, Senna, if you live in a constituency like in Kwanta South, which I'm quite familiar with, the district capital is in Kwanta. The EC office is in Kwanta town. But look at the adjoining towns. You are having to move from a place like Pusupu, Bontibo, Brewoniase, Salifu to Nkwanta in order to get your voter's card. You're having to move from a place like Keri to Nkwanta in order to get your voter's card. You're having to move from a place like, Kichebi, in order to get or from Tutukuni, the mountain top, in order to get your voter's card at Nkwanta. How is this accessible? So now, if you pick a place like KJB, you're going to move from Asato, Jamome, in order to get to KJB town itself, or Pampangwe, Dodo Amanfo, process cement, Pepesu, to come to KJB town to get your voter's card. It doesn't make sense. Look at the constituency like Bole Bamboy. If you have to move from a place like Bamboy to Bole, the district capital, right? It's about 120 kilometers. So now, how is moving 120 kilometers a question of access or easy access? It cannot be. It cannot be. It cannot be. So now, it cannot be.
So to you, the matter of access is a huge issue.
Look, a constituency like South Dine stretches from Peki, Germany, Quebec. Look at those towns. These are huge distances. You go to Adaklu. The constituency stretches right after the Dome to almost getting to home. That is how expansive those constituencies are. You go to a constituency like Wa East, from Fancy to the district capital. It's no joke. Chana, it's no joke. These are very appreciable distances. Go to a constituency like Afran Plains, South and North. See, you're having to move from, the Dija Island.
No, not so well. I do not know Afran Plains quite. No, I don't know Afran Plains, to be very frank.
You see, I stayed in Banjo. So if you come to Banjo Toko, they mostly come to trade there on the lake. So if you're having to move from Dija Islands to Donkokru, not a joke. There are places called Mami Krobo and others to Donkokru for the purposes of registration. No joke. So if you pick these constituencies nationwide, even our own Ketu South, the district office is at Aklao. Look, if you are from Hejra now, Logopo to Aklao, you know the distance.
Yeah.
Is it a walking distance?
Not at all. That will cost you some significant amount of money.
So, what is this? Northtown, look at the surrounding towns that make up Northtown constituency. Mepe, Bato, Fojoku, Togome, Dove, Volive. All these places are Veime. So these are not constituencies that are like this one place that you can just walk, take a stroll, and you are the district office. No. And sometimes, you see, the pain I have is that, you see, it appears the Menson's worldview is all about airport residential area where she grew up. But Ghana, I think, is bigger than airport residential area. Or, Sena? Or, Sena?
Far bigger.
Ghana is far, far bigger than airport residential area. Ghana is expansive. Ghana is expansive. And you see, let me tell you this, Anna. You want to encourage as many young people to see democracy to be the best option. You don't want to create a situation where people feel like, is this democratic experiment even worth it? And one of the things that you don't want to do is to discourage people from participating in the democratic experiment. I had to do a check. From Bamboy to Bali, in and out is 80 cities. 80 Ghana cities. And there's a high likelihood that maybe when you even go, because of the crowd, because if everybody is going to be come to one center, there's a likelihood of crowd. So it's possible you even go and not get it and we have to go again. Even more curious, Senna, is the fact that a guarantor system is permitted if you don't have Ghana. So it means you have to transport 3 more people with you to the center. Look at the cost and the expense. Who does that? And this is the point we are making is one that is founded on good conscience, good sense, wisdom. Because this is just in the year 2020, the Special Budget Committee of Parliament gave the Men's Electoral Commission $74 million to purchase the BBDs, the BVR, and what have you. You remember?
Yes.
$74 million. These equipment are barely how many years old. In any case, this is an electoral commission that even in the midst of COVID, decided to go and register secondary school students. You remember?
Yes.
They took the equipment to secondary school because they said they wanted to make it accessible to them. You remember? What has changed? So, what has exactly changed? Huh? So, see, if you look at the law, hello, Zana?
Yes.
If you look at the law, Regulation 30 of CI 91 as amended by CI 126, Regulation 30, it says, quote, the Commission shall revise the register of voters annually. Annually. And may revise the register for each electoral area within a period that the Commission shall determine. Each electoral area. Revision includes all these processes that we are talking about. Because when you do registration, you are revising the register, correct?
Yes.
And it says it should be done annually. 2021, she didn't do it. This woman, she didn't do it. 2022, she didn't. It is just this year. So you can imagine the backlog. And it is expected that 2.4 million new registrants or applicants are supposed to come out. 2.4 million. Why are we doing this, Senna? Why are we doing this? Look, I stay in the constituency called Dome Kwabenya. The district office is at Abokobi. The constituency stretches to the old PCFM. In fact, the boundary between the constituency and Krobo is the main road, the Accra Kumasi road. So imagine an 18-year-old having to move from the old PCFM area to Abokobi in order to get a voter's card. That's clear disincentive. Imagine somebody having to move from Taifa, Ubum Junction to Kwabenya, Ashoma, Hacho, Dome Pillar to Kebut. The person would have to move to Abokobi Oko, Dome Crossing to Abokobi to get the voter's card. So that doesn't make sense. See, you know this constituency called Shao Sudoku?
Yes.
The constituency stretches from Dodowa to Esuchare. Look at that too, Esuchare. So you are saying that somebody should move from Esuchare to Dodowa in order to get voters card. Move from where the Shy Hills, the communities around Shy Hills, they need to move from that place to what do we call it? They have to move from that place right to Dodowa. Move from Doyumu to Dodowa in order to get your voters card. A constituency like Lower Manya, it stretches to Akuse. And you are saying that the person should move from Akuse and come to Odumase. You know Odumase? Lower Manya, Odumase. Move to Odumase, yes. Well, me, because I was deputy regional youth organizer.
It looks like you moved around a while.
Yes. You understand? If you move from Akuse, you get to Somanya and now go to Odumase. It is not a small distance. Sena, it is not a small distance.
The Electoral Commission says they do not have time between the time when they are doing the limited registration to when they will do the district level elections.
Sena, I just read the law. The law says you should be revising the register annually. Why didn't you do that in 2021, 2022? So the use of time is neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. Shana, it is neither here nor there. So it does not lie. You know the constituency called Esojaman?
Yes.
Esojaman.
Yes.
You look at a place like Atimpoku, Akabe, Sankebia, Nundu, Jakiti, Akosombo Isok. All these constitute Esojaman. Abuasa and the rest.
So clearly, there's an issue to be resolved. You said you use all legal means.
There is an issue. And you see, the other issue is that it is not like you do not have the equipment. So you bought equipment and used for the 2020 registration. Was the 2020 registration done in district offices? Was it done in district offices?
No, that was not.
Even in the midst of COVID.
What do these legal means? Because I've heard about the suit, but which other legal means are available to you that you intend to use? And are you having a conversation with the EC on this?
Oh, yes. See. Hello, Sana.
Yes, I can hear you.
First of all, the political parties other than MPP even did a press and raise these legitimate issues. You recall?
Yes.
And even raise these legitimate issues. So, in fact, I have even heard the Omahi of Gosho. And he gave big example, the various towns in Ahafo and the distances. This is not like, and that's why I'm saying that possibly Jemense's worldview that Ghana is only airport residential area is what is undermining this. If not, then it will be like wickedness.
Well, lawyer, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Have a blessed day.
You too. That is lawyer Godwin EDUDZI KUDZO TAMAKLOE.